Today we're going to be doing a little more prep work on getting the F-150 ready to tow our fifth wheel. And what we'll be doing is installing a 7-pole socket inside the bed of the truck. And I'm going to do that right about here, okay? So we have a 7-pin wire harness kit, and we're going to need a hole saw, and we're going to need a drill and some drill bits. You can check the specific kit you buy to see what size hole saw and what size drill bits you might need. We'll also use some dielectric grease to go between the wiring harness kit and the connections on our vehicle. So our first step is to make a hole. And using our hole saw, we go ahead and we drill a hole through the inside wall of the bed of the truck. And remember, only go through the inside wall of the truck. Next, we'll take some of that dielectric grease and apply it to the single connection at the end of the kit. And that goes on to the receptacle that's going to be in the bed of the truck. So let's put some of that grease right here. Then we snap the harness onto the connector. It's a nice snug fit. Got a little snap connector on there that clicks, so we know we're good. And our next step is going to be to feed the other end of the kit, which is the Y section with the 2 connectors on it. And one at a time, we can fish those through the sidewall. There's plenty of room between the inner wall and outer wall of the bed of the truck for that. That cable will drop right down through and hit the ground because it's about 6 feet long. They give you plenty of wire. Now we have to install a receptacle in the sidewall of the truck. Remember, if you're dealing with a late model Ford F-150 like ours is, we're dealing with an aluminum wall. And so you're going to want to use the rubber compression fasteners. They act as an isolator between the aluminum and the metal hardware. Otherwise, you get this galvanic corrosion, which is not good. So we use the sheet metal screws just to make the initial holes, and then we move the plug out of the way so we can take our drill and drill those holes out, make them a little bit bigger so they'll be able to receive those rubber inserts. Now these rubber inserts have a machine thread on the inside, so you can take a machine screw that comes with the kit and screw them onto the insert first. Then you can push them through the hole, pushing it in with the screw. Then it will stretch the rubber insert and make it go through the hole. As you can see here, this one we recorded in regular time, we can just push it through there and then back those screws out. Then we can go ahead and run those screws in and secure the socket. As we tighten the screws down, the rubber insert compresses behind the wall of the truck, so that holds it in there nice and secure. Really good. Okay. So now it's fun time. We get to crawl under the truck. Aren't we looking forward to this? Well, here we are on our back underneath. And we're going to be looking up at the inside of the rear bumper. And on the inside of the rear bumper, we see this is where the 7-pin socket is connected to the wire harness of the truck. And so we can just unplug that. And then we pull down our 2 connectors that we push through the inside wall of the truck bed. We've laced that wire harness over the frame of the truck and then dropped it down over here by where the receptacle is. Now we'll apply some of our dielectric grease on both of those fittings as well, because we want to make sure that the dielectric grease protects those connections that are subject to moisture and salt and whatever. So now we can go ahead and connect the wire harness to the plug from the truck. Then we take the other connection on the wire harness and we plug that into the old socket so that the receptacle on the rear bumper is still operational. So now we have a choice. We can plug a 7-pin plug into the bed of the truck, or we can plug it in at the bumper using the original plug, and it'll work either way. Last but not least, we just want to take that extra cable there and coil it up. And the kit does come with some cable ties, so we can just wrap those up and snug them up to the frame of the truck, so they're not dragging or loose or just hanging around. Okay, and there we have installed our 7-pin socket in the back of the truck, ready to hook up to a fifth wheel. Of course, I guess we'll need a hitch too, but that's coming later. So you know the drill. If you like what you see, like,
subscribe,
and hit the bell to get notified when new content comes out.
Thanks so much for stopping by to RV Sometime,
where our sometime is
now.